Hi, boys and girls. We're going to start off today by just looking straight from our Canvas page. I have printed this off for you so that you can just see it exactly on this paper as you see it on your Canvas on your computer. You are going to watch this video today to kind of help you get started. You're going to make a plan for this week's writing prompt, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. You're also going to do the actual writing tomorrow. Now, I know some of you like to get ahead and you like to write on the same day that you plan. So that's up to you. If you feel the need to go ahead and get started writing because you're so excited and want to do that, feel free to go ahead and write a little bit, but just watch your time. You don't want to spend too much time on this activity because you have other things to do today also. So let's look at the prompt. The prompt says, writing prompt. On page 27 in your My Book, paragraph 14, we read about U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh traveling to the bottom of the Mariana Trench in a submarine. Today, you're going to write a narrative from the point of view of Lieutenant Don Walsh. This narrative should share his journey into the deep and what he may have found there. Incorporate facts and details from the story. Now, I've written a few details here for you just to remind you of how we look at a prompt. So we want to look at what we're going to do. We're going to write, and remember the do's we circle. So we're going to write a narrative from the point of view of Lieutenant Don Walsh. Now I'm just going to jump down here. This is a reminder that you are Don Walsh in this story. So you're writing it as if you are him. The narrative should share his adventure into the deep. So our verb here would be share his journey into the deep. So we're going to share his journey. Now, when we think about his journey, you're going to tell all kinds of things here. You're going to say what he may have found there. In the way of describing this, you have some different things you can think about. You can say, how did he feel as he was going down? Was he scared? Did he feel excited, anxious? Think of some good vocabulary that you could use here. Describe, was his heart beating as fast as a racehorse? Give some similes or metaphors which would help us understand how he might have been feeling. What did he see? Now here you can get really detailed, telling us all the different descriptions of the area around him. What exactly did he see while he was down there in the submarine? What did he hear? So think about the story that you've read. You could add some details here of what you think he might have heard, and you could also go with the actual story, giving us some details that it actually told you about. Now, to get some of the information from the story, you're definitely going to have to go outside of paragraph 14. Paragraph 14 just simply gets you started in how the focus piece for this story, like what he actually did. But it doesn't really give you much detail, so we want you to do that for us. What was he thinking along the way? So this would be a great place also to tell, if he was, how he was thinking and how did he feel is very similar. You could also take the word feel to be, did he actually feel cold? Like it could be a physical feel. Could be how did he think, meaning what was going on inside of his mind or inside of his body. Remember that when you're doing a point of view, which is what this one is, point of view, if you're doing point of view and you are the person, you are Don Walsh, you are not going to tell us Don Walsh went down to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. You're going to say I, because you are Don Walsh in this story. So we're just going to go at this beginning here. And I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to just turn here and show you page 27, paragraph 14. So this is your whole entire idea of where you're looking at first to get your information. Now, again, this does not really tell what he actually saw, but I'm going to read this just to kind of give you an idea of what your focus is. People got their first glimpse of the Challenger Deep in 1960. That year, scientist Jacques Piccard and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh traveled to the bottom. Now remember, you are Don Walsh traveling. And it says and, so you're traveling with someone else. You could add that into your story if you would like to. They rode in the Trieste, a submersible vehicle. Small submarines of this kind are built to withstand extreme water pressure. They usually carry scientific instruments for exploring the deep ocean. Picard and Walsh found a point deeper than Challenger 3 had found. It was 35,813 feet below the surface. They also observed small fish near the ocean floor. So they kind of gave you a little bit of a glimpse here of some of the things they saw, but they certainly didn't give you a great detail on that. So what I want you to do today is to add the details in. So I'm going to pull, you see the roller coaster plan, but let's start a fresh one. So get one of your papers that you have at home, and you're going to go ahead and draw your roller coaster plan, because remember, this is a narrative. And inside the narrative, remember, this is our beginning, our middle, and our end. We want to put our characters in the middle, so we know that we have the character Don Walsh. And I'm going to put his name here, but I'm going to say I, to remind you that you are Don Walsh. So don't tell me Don Walsh went to the bottom of the ocean. You need to say I. You could also say Picard, which is the last name of the other person that went with him, if you choose to tell about that person being there with you. Now, when you're talking about how you were thinking or feeling, if you have somebody going with you on a trip, you're not normally as nervous as you might be going alone. So keep that in mind when you're writing. Maybe it made you more nervous. This is your story. You decide. That's the fun part about these. The next part is going to be your setting. You want to always make sure that you're telling us where you are. So I'm just going to put these key points here. You're at the Mariana Trench. And you're also going to the bottom. So you're traveling to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. You're also inside of a submarine, so that's part of your setting. So you could write down submarine, and if you want to put the specific name of the submarine, go ahead and be as detailed as you'd like to be there. The more details you get, the better your writing is, because people can picture it in their mind. Now, the next thing that we want to do is, remember, we always do a hint to a problem, because narratives typically have some type of problem that takes place. Hint to the problem. So hint to the problem. I made that a little too small. So here, I'm not going to write here what your hint to the problem would be. You decide. Does your submarine get stuck? Do you go through some cloudy areas when you're down there? Do you go into a school of fish that get in the way? Shells? What was going on at the bottom? This is the part where you're going to decide. Did your lights go out and you weren't able to see like you thought you could, and then finally you were able to see again? So what kind of problem took place down there? Then you want to also think back, and I'm just going to move these little stickers over, because you want to remember this. You want to remember to be very descriptive. What did you feel? What did you see? What did you hear? And what did you think while you were down there? Remember that that's how we write our best stories, is when we give lots of description as to what's going on. Now, I always like to say at the beginning, I go ahead and tell here. You can put some little points, along the way. Up here is your climax. I'm just going to write that word again. Your climax is your exciting point. What happened here? Remember, this is your rising action. So you're going to start off in the submarine, traveling to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. So as you're traveling, you're going to tell me along the way here on these little points that you're in the submarine heading down. You're going to want to make sure that I understand where it is you're going, and that you tell us what you feel, what you see, what you hear. Then this is your exciting point. What happened? This might be your problem. It could be something that happened to you while you were there and you had to solve this problem. And you've got to make it to the end of your story. So you're going to come down here. This is called your falling action. So you have your rising action and your falling action. Remember those words. Again, you want to just put a few key points, and I'm not sure exactly what I want to say here. I want to take my time to think about it. So think about your plan today. Remember that a plan needs to be written first before you do a story so that you can know the direction that your story is going. I always like to kind of look at the beginning of my story. So I'm going to say traveling. I'm just going to do it real quick. Remember, a plan is a sketch. It is not supposed to take you a long time. Traveling in the submarine, but I'm just going to put sub because that's going to be quick. I'm traveling in the sub. That's my point. Remember, this is just giving me the direction of where I'm going. My great details are going to come when I actually write the story. Then my end, for my end, I'm going to say I would say we here because there's two of us. I am going to go ahead and make sure that I put him in my story. So we rose back to the surface. So we rose back to the surface, meaning that I was able to get my whole entire trip done. I haven't told you any details yet of what I actually saw down there, but every single one of these X's would be me describing things that I saw. So I think right here, I'm just going to add a few things in. Traveling in the submarine. Right here, I'm going to tell you how do I feel, because that kind of makes sense to me. How do I feel as I'm traveling down? So I think I'm going to feel anxious. I feel a little bit anxious, but I also feel excited. Now remember, in my story, I am not going to just say I feel anxious. I'm going to say I feel anxious, and I'm going to give a description of what my body is physically feeling. My heart is racing faster than a racehorse. Those might be some things I would say. I want to do descriptive details. I'm going to tell you, what do I see? So right here on this point, I'm going to go ahead and move into what exactly do I see. Now right here, I think I'm going to go ahead and mention that I see some fish. And I think I'm going to mention the color of the water. What the color of the water is, how it's changing as I'm going down. So as I keep going into each of these, I'm going to add some different points. Right here on my climax, I'm going to give you an idea of what my problem was and how I'm meeting it. I'm going to say problem and how I am addressing it. So addressing would mean how am I solving it? How I'm addressing it or how I'm dealing with it. Sorry about that, guys. Let me pull that down a little bit. Then I'm going to come on down this way as I'm solving my problem. Am I taking pictures along the way? What do I hear? So let's say hear and see. I think along the whole trip, I need to tell you what I'm seeing. Now, my main goal is to get all the way down to the bottom. I need to deal with all of that. And my very small piece should be me rising back to the surface with, I think I'll say with notes and photos. Basically notes and photos of what I've seen. Now remember, my plan is not pretty. My plan is messy, but it's got enough information that I'm going to remind myself, oh, I want to tell you that I'm traveling so you know where I'm going. Then I want to tell you how do I feel. Then I want to describe to you what do I actually see down there. Oh no, what did I get into that I have to solve and get out of? And then what else is happening along the way to get me back to the surface to be able to share my findings. If you have any questions about this plan or what you might want to do or your thinking process along the way, just let us know that you need help and we'll be there for you. Again, if you do the plan and you're so excited and want to go ahead and write today, feel free to do that. But you also have tomorrow literacy class is going to be writing this actual essay. So feel free just to take the time today to plan your great essay. And I hope you have a great time doing this. Questions, be sure to ask. See you next time.